Welcome to our Australia adventure. Did you know that there was 4 different types of kangaroo? We didn't. Also, there is 9 different types of wallabies. Can you tell the difference? Us, not yet. But who knew? We certainly didn't.
Just a short vlog on things that we've seen so far in the weeks that we've been in Australia. I hope you enjoy it and you come along for the rest of the ride. These pelicans are one of 200 different species of marine birds that you can find in Australia, and there are 2 different types of spoonbills which you can see here. Until we arrived in Australia, we realised we actually knew so little about Australia and its wildlife. We was walking along the waterfront, we saw one of these. It's a water rat and it had a really long white tail.
And now we're going to talk about the birds. Do you realise how many there are in Australia? But before we talk about the birds, look at these beautiful butterflies. These are as big as our hands. They were just so amazing and they were just bountiful. Who knew? There are over 850 different species of birds, and 45% of those birds are found nowhere else apart from Australia. There are 10 different types of kingfisher alone, and this is the kookaburra, the largest. This is a laughing kookaburra, and I'll be honest with you, when we first heard it, it sounded like a demented monkey that escaped the zoo. We had no idea the extent of the amount of wild birds there was in Australia. That's a wild turkey. But we was really excited when driving in New South Wales we saw this fella, our first emu. We were so excited. We didn't know, including this little fella, there are over 250 marsupial species in Australia alone. But back to the birds, there are 24 different types of raptors, and the biggest is the wedge eagle, which is 95 centimetres big. And this beauty, which we was really chuffed to see, is called the Brahimi kite, and he is 47 centimetres. You'll mostly see him on the coastal areas. A beautiful bird, and we saw quite a few of them in the end.
Brahman cattle, they are popular here, especially in Queensland where they have extreme temperatures. They don't have the issue of ticks, and obviously Australia is big for the beef industry. We have over 2,700 different species of spider. Only the male Sydney funnelweb and the redbacks are actually poisonous to humans. Who knew? With my paranoia over the crocs, it was a relief to find out there was only 1.9 attacks a year by crocodiles, but they take over 200 cattle, and that's a lot for the farmers. I might have been a little bit paranoid by the crocodiles, but when Kevin called this a monitor lizard a tree crocodile, I did get a little bit. But I have to admit, it was quite fascinating and in many ways quite a beautiful creature. We actually took a few pictures of this after we went for a walk, not expecting to see him. Look at those claws! And then we went back to have some lunch, and while we were sitting there, along come another one. What's the chances of seeing 2 in one day? We've been here for 8 weeks. It's the second one in one day, and have we seen one since? Nope. This glorious specimen is an old railway bridge made completely of wood, and it is so secure. So back in 1851, gold was first discovered, and there was a big gold rush, changing the way Australia was seen in the world and brought its wealth. Gold was found in Victoria and New South Wales especially. People flocked to obviously mine for gold. If you worked for the big companies, you got paid pretty well, and if you decided to set up your own gold company, you had to work long hours. A gamble if you lost anything. Villages were set up, and if you ever come to Victoria, Ballarat, Sovereign Hill, the old gold mine, is definitely worth a look. And these are some of the pictures that we took here. It was a really great day. Wherever we go in the world, we do like to see some of the waterfalls, and Australia's got quite a few actually. We love a bit of drone footage and some slow-mo, as you can see here. It gives a bit of a whiz with your camera. This one had a swimming hole which was safe to swim in, no crocs, which is great. And after the waterfalls we went along to the Tully Gorge, and it was spectacular. It was so beautiful. And this here is a swimming hole. It does advise you that there could be crocodiles, but everybody seemed to think that there probably wasn't, but I wasn't going to take the chance. It was such a shame because it was such a beautiful day. So it's such a beautiful country, and then if you've got a taste for Australia yet, I would definitely recommend coming. We're absolutely loving our trip so far. Many people have preconceived ideas about Australia. People know about Alice Springs and Ayers Rock, but they don't realise how rich and green the country is, and tropical Queensland is exactly that. It is an amazing state to come to. Amongst the mountains in the valleys, you have bananas being grown, avocados, and so much sugarcane. It's such a rich, vibrant place. And look at this, it's just amazing how quiet the roads are. So many rivers, so many waterways. You can kayak, swim, boat. The whole place is just magical. And then you've got the amazing coastline. Australia's got the 6th biggest coastline in the world, with over 25,760 kilometres. It is truly spectacular and so different no matter where you go. The Whitsunday Islands has the most purest of beaches, and it's almost snow white. Definitely look that up if you are coming over this way. It is a boat ride, it's a little bit costly, but it's so worth it. Again, Kevin's done wonders with the drone footage, and I hope you can appreciate how gorgeous it is. We saw our first palm trees with coconuts in, and that was pretty cool, I have to say. Australia is the 6th biggest country in the world. It's almost as big as Europe and not quite as big as the whole of America. It has a population of 26 million, and most of them live on the coast. So if you've enjoyed this taster of Australia, we hope to see you next week. Take care, guys.